Almost everything that we have here at the museum has actually been brought to us, and it could be just a small, like this was important to this family, it was my mother's wedding dress or my great-grandmother's wedding dress, or photos of their family or items they used on the farm. But the things that people love the most are the things that they see every time they come here to the museum. My name is Elizabeth French, and I'm the assistant curator at the Huron County Museum and the Historic Jail. There was a gentleman named Joseph Herbert Neal, and he lived in Howick Township, and he collected anything he thought was interesting or told the story of the people who lived in Huron County, and he was trying to figure out a way to show off that collection and show people what he had. Unfortunately, he couldn't find an area close to where he lived, but he was able to get permission to use the schoolhouse, and he brought his collection here. He moved here with the collection, and the county gave him permission to be the curator of the collection, and then they purchased his items from him. He lived here all of his life, and he brought everything he collected, continued to collect, and then to make it a little bit more interesting, he built models of different things to show people how things would have worked. So that's what the main things are in the first gallery. These artifacts are also hands-on, so it's our gallery that the kids can turn the handles and try them out just as everybody did when Mr. Neal was here as well. The building that's directly behind me is the Central Schoolhouse, and it was the main building for schools here in this area. Once you get to the top of the stairs near the schoolhouse, you end up in an area that's about our industry and transportation in the county. One of the major industries for Huron County is agriculture. It used to be and still is one of the main producers for Ontario. This area in the museum then shows what some of the older artifacts would have been, as well as some that people are still familiar with today because they've lasted so well. The Victorian apartment is one of the galleries that we have to show what people lived like just a little bit after the early settlers. Once they had a little bit more money, a little bit more status, and the towns were starting to build up, people started to build more and more larger homes and furnish them with fancier items. Out of all the areas of the Huron County Museum, the History Hall is the one people spend the most time in. You can wander through this area and look at all the different stores from a turn-of-the-century Main Street, and of course enjoy the train that lies right in the middle of the museum. The military gallery is also one of our popular items that we have here, popular galleries. We had quite a number of people that trained here in Huron County during World War II, and people who served through various wars as well. So we do have an extensive military gallery so that people can see where people came as well as where our own local people served. The items in here, the artifacts, are from throughout Huron County, as well as people who visited Huron County for their training. We had training bases in Centralia, Clinton, Port Albert, and Goderich for World War II. Some of those bases, of course, have closed down since then, so the best that people can see is the items that we have here at the museum. We have a large collection of things in our archives from people who have donated their diaries, family Bibles, there's various records for different organizations, and that's continually expanding just like the rest of the collection.